So I sold my Ducati probably a month or two ago. It was just a little too small for me, and I don't mean the size of the motor either. The frame itself was just a little too small. I feel like most Ducatis are made for like smaller Italian dudes, and I just feel like it wasn't quite the right fit for me. So I ended up buying an XSR900. I'm gonna do a Scrambler build on it. So I did like a cafe racer build on my Ducati. A lot of people liked it. So I figured, hey, I'm gonna do the Scrambler build anyways. It's like, hey, maybe I'll film it just like I did with the Ducati. So anyways, there's the XSR. I've been riding it for about a month now. I love the power, but more importantly, the frame is a lot taller on the XSR. So I'm about 6'2", and when I sit on this bike, I just feel like my feet are at a good level. I'm not like tiptoeing, but I'm also not like bending my legs a lot. Like when I was on the Ducati, my legs would be like super bent because it was so low to the ground. This thing fits me a lot better. I like it a lot. I've already done a couple of things to it. Kind of a little behind with this video. I should have started earlier, but first things first, I picked up some knobbies. So any Scrambler build obviously is gonna have knobby tires on it. So I went with the Scorpion Rally STRs. These are like a 90-10 split. So 90% on-road, 10% off-road. So yeah, the rims themselves are black, which I'm not a fan of. I wanna paint those. I'm not quite sure of the color combos here, but basically I vinyl wrapped the tank already. So this was like a very light aluminum, and now it's vinyl wrapped like this matrix green or super dark green. This headlight came on it, but I already vinyl wrapped it yellow, put the X on it because I like it. I'm actually gonna swap this out too. I don't like the full angel eye look where that LED goes all the way around. I really like the one I have on my Ducati that I sold, where it's just like this little bit and then this little bit, and then that would be the left blinker and the right blinker, or vice versa. Because right now the blinkers are on the forks. The previous owner did that. It's not bad, but I do want to swap that out. And then other than that, it's pretty much stock. I just put this phone holder on it. Pretty hyped with this. And then it's plugged in here. I put it on a toggle switch, you know, give it power anytime I want without having to unplug and plug it in. And then it does have an exhaust on it. CS Racing. I took the baffled out, so it's quite a bit louder. It's a very nice sounding bike. It backfires a lot. And then the previous owner also has this satchel on it, which I like. I've definitely been using it. But yeah, so this bike has been really hard to get my head around as far as the design goes. The Ducati was really self-explanatory both times. I had a white and a red one. Both Ducati Monster 696s, but I kind of knew exactly what I wanted to do right off the bat. I was like, oh yeah, that goes white, that goes red, that goes yellow. Like it made a lot of sense to me. It was literally just white. I just added a bunch of white to it to pop with the OEM white accents and the OEM white Ducati Monster decals. I was adding white, it was easy. With this XSR though, it's been a lot trickier just because the accent color is this gunmetal gray that you can find there, and you can find it on the fender. And then this rear fender here would also be that color. I think it's plasti dipped by the previous owner. So I like that color. And then other than that, the tank is like that brushed silver look, and then that's it. There's no seat cover. Seat is just, this is the OEM seat. It's like a purple red, and that's it. So it's kind of hard. There's not like a clear-cut answer as to what I should do where, but I think I've wrapped my head around it enough to like have a plan. I think what I'm gonna do is leave the green. That's actually the same color. I'm gonna vinyl wrap the 911 I just picked up. That's the color it's getting wrapped eventually. That's the same green I wanted to vinyl wrap my Audi as well, but I get so many compliments on that color that I'm just gonna leave it because it's really growing on me. So anyways, the plan is front fender is going green, the tank is gonna stay green, the accent color that goes over the tank and the wheels, those are gonna match, and those are gonna be like a silver color, like an aluminum silver almost. I'm gonna try this stuff. This is a chrome spray paint, and I know what you're thinking. Aluminum finish chrome, that's not quite it, but this is far from chrome. Like when you spray this, it's not a good chrome finish. It's more of a matte finish, which kind of turns into like the aluminum look I'm going for. So maybe use this. I already had this laying around, so I'm gonna try it. If not, I'll go buy some other stuff. I'm not sure how this is gonna turn out, but we'll find out the hard way, and I can fix it if it's fucked up. Wheels are basically ready to get painted, all masked off. Now I tested this out on here, and that is actually looking it's looking like chrome. There's almost a reflection there that's not quite what I'm after. I want that color, and I will say that's not quite it. So I think I'm gonna pop the rotors off, leave that on, mask it, pop that rotor off. Probably not gonna use this stuff. I'm gonna go to the store, buy something else. That chrome paint wasn't gonna work, so I picked this up. It's basically like an OEM silver. It's exactly what I want. Scuffed it up, Scotch-Brite pad. Apparently this has a primer built in, so yeah, so I'll get some paint on there. This is a lot flakier than I thought it would be. Like there's a lot of metal flake in this, but oh no, it's not bad. It's only one coat, so, but we're committed now. Okay, paint turned out good. I had these laying around, so I'm gonna do white tire letters. I think it just kind of, I'm going for a Scrambler look, you know, so I think that's kind of era correct. I'm gonna knock that out. Okay, so it's the next day and I put the wheels on off camera. I got the tire lettering all done, got the paint done, rotors back on, and I dropped my bike, and I'm super not proud about that, but I'm gonna keep it real. It fucking fell. It was the weirdest thing. I was painting the tire letters this morning, like 8 in the morning. I was just painting on the letters, and I like just looked to my right where the bike was, and it just went like this and fell over. It was the weirdest thing. It was sitting there all night and all day yesterday, and then I just like slowly looked at it and it just fell over. It was so weird. I'm a little bummed. There's a dent now, but whatever. So let's take a look at the bike now. I definitely like the white tire letters. I think it's great. That color looks great too. I think I need to tighten the rotors up over here, or the calipers up still. Yeah, here's the back all done. really happy with it. But yeah, I'm happy with the look. It definitely has a kind of like a World War II vibe going on right now, but we're gonna keep going on it. Here's the new dent, which I mean, jeez, yeah, it fell this way off the stand. This whole area I'm working with is like, it's sloped, so it's not perfectly level, and that's messed me up quite a few times in the past. It is what it is. I'm gonna pop this tank off and try and bang that dent out a little bit. It's actually just the cover. It's just a cover, it's not the actual gas tank, so it's just a piece. I'm gonna get this painted, same color as the rims, and then I'll be done painting for a while, which I'm looking forward to. So I'm going to Scotch-Brite pad it just like before, rubbing alcohol, built-in primer, clear coat for durability. That's it. I think I'm gonna hit the gym after this. Okay, well, that's the last of the painting. Glad that's over with. I don't really know what to do next. I'm gonna let that dry, put that on later. I think I'm gonna test drive it and see how these wheels do. Shit. I don't know if I like that. I think I actually liked that more when it was dark. Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure if I like that matching the wheels. I thought I would, but it kind of, the wheels were popping the way it was with that being like that gunmetal color. I'm not sure if I like that. I like the wheels, I like the green. That seat needs to go brown, but that might need to go green. Yeah, I'm not really sure about this one. It's tricky. So I think the game plan is I'm gonna vinyl wrap the fender green, and then I need like a seat cover. I want this to be brown, but I want this to have like a Cafe Racer style cap on it. That would go green. And then that might go green as well. So it'd be like green, green, middle piece is also green, and then the cap right here, green. I think that's what I'm gonna need. But we are making progress. The really weird thing about this is those last clips you just saw were from like a month ago. And I was having ABS and check engine light codes coming on my dash after I put the new wheels on. Basically, and it sucks, but the bike fell over, like it fell over off the stand. And when that happened, I kind of had a lot of my parts staged on the bike. And when that fell over, a lot of the parts just got scattered. And I was pretty frustrated when it happened. So I picked it up kind of in a hurry and like grabbed all the parts and just like put them in a pile just because I wanted to pick it up as quickly as I could. Oh, and then also this is like my first time ever pulling wheels off a bike. I work on cars a decent amount, but I don't really work on bikes a lot. I really like them, but I'm by no means a pro, so I'm still learning. But what happened was when I put this wheel back on, long story short, I forgot a spacer that goes right here. Now that's not the right spacer, but it's basically the exact same size for the one that I need. And that was not allowing me, when I put the wheel back on without that spacer, I wasn't able to get this, the axle bolt or whatever this is called, tight enough. And my ABS was wiggling. The ABS wheel speed sensor up here was wiggling around because of that, which was causing my check engine light and my ABS issue. When I scanned it though, it was actually the rear ABS code is what I was getting. It was for that sensor, but it was this one. So I got that fixed. I have no more issues there, but I'm gonna keep it real. That took me like almost a month to figure out. Like, I'm not kidding, almost a month. And again, it's not like my full-time job to fix this thing, but like after work for the last, it was like all of September basically, I was trying to figure it out. I just couldn't. I called in a lot of favors, finally got it tracked down, and that was the issue. Yeah, kind of embarrassing, but like that's what happened. It was really weird. I'd just give it like a few hours a week, and I tried a lot of stuff. I bought a scanner, adapter so I could scan the codes. I was like reading forums, asking ChatGPT, just like could not figure it out because I was so honed in on the rear of the bike. I was like, it's the rear sensor. That's what the code is. It's got to be the rear sensor. And I think ChatGPT actually lied to me because when I double checked with my brother, I double checked the codes, and then we double checked on forums and Google which codes were what. And it actually was, the entire time it was throwing a code for the front sensor, not the rear. But when I asked ChatGPT, it wasn't telling me it was the rear. And I didn't know ChatGPT could lie like that, but apparently it does quite a bit. So that threw me off, but we figured it out, and now I have no issues. But yeah, it took me a really long time. This video's been weeks and weeks of work to get to here, but yeah, so like I said, I'm happy with how it sits now. XSR900 Scrambler build. I think this rear satchel thing is awesome. I'm gonna add probably a couple more pieces of storage because I do want to take this on some trails. The tires turned out great. Really happy with those tires. I like this so far. Kind of gives me like a stainless steel, like World War II fighter plane look, kind of. I don't know if that's just me, but I kind of like that look. So there'll be a part 2 for sure. I'm gonna probably do some detail stuff here. I'm gonna probably engrave like my racing team logo there. I'm gonna paint this, swap the headlight out, swap the blinkers out, add more storage for actual trails. Maybe probably need to do a skid plate as well. Probably gonna swap these mirrors out too. I like them, but for the look I'm going for, they probably need to be circular. So swap the mirrors out, swap the seat out, and then I might vinyl wrap. I still might go with the green look. I might not. I'm really digging the way that turned out, so I might leave it alone. But we'll call this part 1 for the XSR Scrambler build. And yeah, so we're gonna call that good for now. I do want to take this on some trails and actually ride it. But yeah, I got a truck now, which is great. So I can put this in the back of it, drive it up to the mountains and get it dirty and see what these tires can do. I'll show you guys what kind of truck I bought pretty soon here. So, but yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you.